So I'm from New Jersey, and a lot of the parks by New Jersey are great for foraging mushrooms. If you know the mushroom that you're looking for, then you know it's going to be found by this certain tree. Different organisms with such different characteristics and behaviors can exist just because of how their environment affects them. That also goes back towards the research that I'm doing right now, which is perfect for me because it analyzes two different species of fruit flies. They look identical, but they're so different just because they live in different environments. One is the specialist because it can only survive off of this one kind of fruit. And then we're comparing that to a generalist because it can survive off many types of fruits. What we're focusing on specifically is the cognitive behavior of these fruit flies. Cognitive abilities, they refer to anything that requires like some kind of thinking or processing in the brain. When we test the fruit they select, there exists this trade-off. If you have to make more decisions, then you might have to sacrifice your flight speed. So an organism living in a very uniform environment doesn't need to spend as much time making decisions as one that lives in a very variable, multi-fruit environment. This leads us to the project's hypothesis that a fruit fly living in a more variable environment might have better cognitive abilities and better decision making. This really goes to show how evolution has allowed these two different fruit flies to develop, and maybe they even have different decision-making abilities. That's always interested me, how evolution and the environment can change how different species come to exist. And so the same goes for mushrooms, because when I'm foraging for mushrooms, I know that one kind of mushroom only lives by a certain tree. It has to be in the ideal humidity and shade. It just emphasized how cool evolution is. It's like a scavenger hunt.